We do radio on camera.
That's what I'm saying. Linda's like, my grandma, she's like, stop doing stuff.
Stop living your life.
Stop looking at your nails, looking at your phone.
Why is that against
I'm
the
like,
rules?
last time I checked, this is radio. You don't need to be looking at me.
Good morning. You're listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. And this is the Morning Buzz from 7 to 9 a.m. every weekday. Today's Wednesday, September 21st. You already know what song we might play later. You know. Anyways, my name is Leslie Gallagher. I'm in studio with Jake Goetz, Castia Faria, Aiden Ivers, Alex Braun, and behind the scenes, we've got Lars Accardi. That's not great. That's not a great sound, is it, for like this early? Sorry to all of our lovely listeners. But I digress. Today we're going to be talking about some COVID cases spiking up here at Montclair State. More Trump news, as always. Well, as always relevant, as I should say. But first, I'm going to hand it over to Aiden Ivers with our newscast for the day.
Thank you, Leslie. And good morning, listeners of 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. My name is Aiden Ivers. Today is September 21st, as Leslie just said. As usual, the positivity is flowing in the studio right now. A little bit more than that grand slam walk-off home run from last night, Alex, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Before that, we've got some news to cover, so let's go through it. In national news, according to CNN.com, the real estate companies CVS and Walmart have reached a financial settlement within the state of West Virginia regarding the response of the two companies toward complaints of a failure to, quote, maintain effective controls as a distributor against the diversion that contributed to the oversupply of opioids in the state. Walmart has agreed to pay $65 million, and CVS has agreed to pay $82.5 million. So that's a lot of money we're talking about. Hopefully they get that sorted out as soon as possible. And in statewide news, according to NJ.com, the New Jersey Secretary of State, Tahisha Wei, along with multiple colleges and schools across New Jersey, met yesterday at the College of New Jersey to kickstart a competition called the New Jersey Ballot Bowl, in which schools, 27 to be exact, will compete against each other to see how many voters they can turn out this November ahead of the November election. And the Secretary of State was actually here yesterday at Montclair for a little interview she did with our news team, which is really, really interesting. And in local news, according to Montclair Local, if you guys are looking for something, the community organization Montclair Mutual Aid will host a fundraiser from 7 to 11 p.m. at the Wellmont Theater. And the best part? It's silent disco themed. How fun does that sound? There will be 3 different channels in which participants can plug or connect the wireless headphones to and enjoy the music while it doesn't disturb anybody else there. So it kind of looks like they took a page out of the Montclair State book, because we've been hearing a little bit of those kinds of events going on in the past here. And for weather, we just can't seem to get enough of summer, guys. Today is another hot day. Another mostly sunny day with a high of 82 and a low of 68 with humidity at 58% and winds expected to blow at 5 to 10 miles per hour with a possible late night thunderstorm for later on. This has been your Hour 1 news and weather forecast here at 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. Back to you, Leslie.
Thank you so much, Aiden. And it is continuing with that summer weather, but we're seeing those trickles of fall. It's colder in the morning, a little colder at night. I'm wearing a sweater this morning. And fall is definitely creeping in, but very, very slowly. But, speaking of fall, what's going on with fall sports, Alex Braun?
Sports news. The Mets have pinched the wild card spot for the NL, the National League. So it's guaranteed for them to make the playoffs. And the Mets will play the Milwaukee Brewers and won 7-5. And get ready for tonight, because the Mets will once again play the Brewers at 2:10 p.m. But last night, the Yankees had an amazing win against the Pittsburgh Pirates, winning 8-9, with Aaron Judge hitting his 60th home run of the season, joining only 5 people to ever do so in the history of baseball. And Giancarlo Stanton hitting a walk-off grand slam, winning the game for the Yankees. And the Yankees will play the Pittsburgh Pirates again tonight at 7:10. In Montclair State sports news, the volleyball team Montclair State won against Rambo last night. Ooh, hold on, I think I moved 3-2 with 3-2 with winning the first two games 25-16. Actually, they lost 18-25, but then got it back 25-22 over the Rampo Roadrunners. The Red Hawks will resume the New Jersey Athletic Conference play on Thursday to host Rowan at 7 p.m. inside Panzer Athletic Center. And Montclair State men's soccer team toppled Penn State Abington 3-0 Tuesday, making their record 5-0-3. The Red Hawks open the New Jersey Athletic Conference play on Friday as they host the NJCU 7 p.m. at MSU Soccer Park. Montclair State women's soccer team beats the Sails 3-1. Because they won against the Sails, they move up to the 12th spot and rankings. And the Red Hawks remain home Thursday, battling Farmdale State at PM at Montclair Soccer Park. I've been Alex, and this has been Sports.
Sports. Thank you, Alex, for sports. If you are a big sports fan, if you want to hear Alex's lovely voice again, you can tune back in at 2 p.m. today for the triple play.
Triple play with Tanner Price.
The triple play with Alex and Braun. Sports.
Sports.
But yes, sports. Sports are fun.
Sports are great.
But you know what's not fun? Stop. Is COVID cases going up by 52% since the first week of classes here at Montclair State. That's not fun at all. According to Montclair EDU, the dashboard reflects that all confirmed cases of COVID-19 in which the infected person was on campus during the period which they may have been able to spread the virus to others. New data is added every Thursday. Case counts may be adjusted from time to time when our clinicians become aware of cases during prior weeks. But last week, there have been a total of 75 cases, 64 students, and 11 employees. For the first week of classes, there was a total of 44 people total, 40 students, and 4 employees. And a quick reminder that Montclair State, the mask mandate is optional, but in times when cases are going up, and generally our school always encourages masks. So 52%, guys. That's a fun number. How do we feel about that?
Hold up. I feel like with that number, it's very like, I don't know. I don't know, because it's not like 52% of people. Like, it's up 52%.
Yes.
From what it was, but
52%.
it was also like how many people were getting COVID during the summer? Like here. You know?
Well, then not many people were here.
Right? Not many people were here at all.
So
it makes sense
there's
that there's like
lot
some
of people
sort of
coming in.
spike.
Yeah.
It's not like half of people have COVID.
Yeah, no, that's definitely up by 52%, not 52% of the campus's
Right.
population,
good
which
distinction,
would be
'cause I-
much more startling.
I took it as
No, yeah, like you hear 50.
Oh, no, it's two different things. No,
It's
no.
like no.
Math
It's
is
important
difficult.
to interpret these statistics right.
Yes,
Um,
yes, indeed.
but I mean, 75 cases, honestly.
It doesn't sound, I
Like-
don't know. When you have a campus of thousands of students,
Yeah, exactly.
it doesn't sound bad, but we know COVID can spread wildly, but like also we are all vaccinated.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
I think.
do with what you want with that information.
Yeah, and I think with our teachers or our groups that we're in, I think it's important to keep that idea that even though the university switched the policy from like mandatory to optional, it's always good to in times like this when we have circulating things going around. It's good to say even though it's optional, it's encouraged that we try to keep each other safe in this time of, like I just said, 52% of cases rising, and
Yes.
depending on how that is, it's up to us to make sure that doesn't rise that much more.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's currently 75 confirmed cases. And I think the best thing you can do is if you know you've been in contact with someone is, take action to just,
Yeah.
make sure you're not around people until you're confirmed negative. And
Right.
that's all you can do. And we're I feel like we're in the stage in the pandemic where we're living life pretty normally.
Yeah, I mean, compared to a couple of years ago, this is seems like it's
Yeah.
really, really faded down or quickly faded down.
Yeah.
Because I remember like when it first started, just the daily updates we kept hearing from our daily news
Daily
sources.
news.
Doesn't matter where it's from, but just ramping up. Like, okay, so yesterday we had this many cases in our community, and now it's this number, and then it's
Lots of numbers are always being
Yeah,
thrown
yeah,
around,
yeah.
which is I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think
Doesn't-
sometimes they're startling.
Say it.
And
What's
other
up,
times,
Leslie? What's your take?
my take is sometimes, maybe numbers are utilized in order to startle people, to make the
Mhm.
maybe encourage them to do something, and maybe numbers are not, I don't want to say they're manipulated because I don't know that for sure,
Mhm.
but maybe they are published in a way on a headline or whatever that is maybe more startling,
Mhm.
just I think I studied that in like a media news class, how that's
Dang.
kind of a thing.
Yeah, who would do that?
Who would do that?
Yeah.
I wonder.
It's so funny talking about the media, and like this is a radio
Like,
show.
wait a second.
It's feeling a little
It's
meta.
like the Spider-Man meme where he's pointing at himself.
Yeah. But yeah, it's funny. It's our producers typing away in the chat, and she said we all got used to the fact that COVID isn't going away. I've been reporting on COVID on this show since my freshman year. I'm a senior now,
Right?
guys. One of my first stories was talking about COVID, but this was like February of 2020. So I was talking about
Dang.
it. It wasn't even like
Yeah.
confirmed here yet, and I was talking about it, and I was freaking out. And people were like, "Don't freak out. It won't come to America.
No.
America's too good." And I'm like, "What? We're not immune, first of all." And then it came, and then people felt
Yeah,
very
I
stubborn.
remember
It
that
was very
period
funny.
too, doing like a newscast on like the Japanese princess one, like the first couple American cases. And I remember like I think the New York Times did like a little podcast on it, and I listened before I went in for the buzz, and I was just like, oh boy, this is actually gonna be bad, isn't it?
Yeah, and I remember like the week before the pandemic started, I signed up for the SAT in my local
The
district,
essay.
Yeah.
and I was in high school, and one of my teachers walked by and he said, "Hey, are you gonna take the SAT this weekend?" I said, "Yeah, I signed up." He's like, "Not anymore because it's canceled because of COVID."
Yeah.
I would love to hear that.
Not
So-
anymore.
SATs,
Going-
man.
Going off of what you said, Jake, that gave me the idea of, oh yeah, this is gonna be like life changing. It's gonna be really bad.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, if
it's
they
crazy
cancel
how
the
far we
SAT
came.
for it, I mean, they always, in school, like, I don't know if you haven't been in high school recently, they make the SATs like such a big deal, and they're like, honestly, probably one of the most meaningless tests I've ever taken. And that's not just because I got an average score. That's not important. But yeah, I digress. Anyways, any other thoughts? I mean, we're kind of like reminiscing in old
Yeah.
pandemic times, but it may be time to move on to talking about more COVID news because it's just that great.
Yeah. Oh man.
Is it too early for this much sarcasm?
Don't listen to the 13, Leslie.
It's never too early for sarcasm.
I hope someone else is laughing
That's
on
how
the
we
other
get through the
side
day.
of the radio waves. If someone just chuckled.
Yeah.
I'll never know. But anyways, Jacob?
Yes.
Woo!
Montclair School District back to normal as COVID-19 mitigation measures are retired. Montclair School District, that's the title again. Okay. When the school year started last year, students of the Montclair School District had to adjust to a new normal. Social distancing, desk shields, outdoor lunch, and other strategies were everywhere. But now, a year later, students entered their classrooms as they would have had it not been for the coronavirus. The change in equipment doesn't mean that they've forgotten all about it. The district continues to follow guidelines from the New Jersey Department of Health and the CDC. On top of that, school nurses are tracking and reporting all positive student cases in the schools. The return to normalcy has not included much news of the coronavirus, however. Weekly case amounts are not released, and the principal has not mentioned COVID in either of his 2 weekly updates he has given so far. Montclair parents have been praising the school for the way they handled COVID. One parent said, quote, "They really did a quite job of not instilling panic," end quote. Oh wait, no, that's the next story. Wow.
Sorry, were you about to read the next?
Yeah, I saw 2 more paragraphs and I was like, read. I'm a reading
You're
machine.
just like
More
ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
content.
Whoops.
Gosh, very like Trump-esque quote right there at the end.
They did a really great job of not instilling panic.
Yeah, I didn't want.
It's really important not to instill panic though.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. but,
Like, you know, I don't know. Whenever I hear about like these types of things, I took a class here at Montclair State because you're listening to WMSC Upper Montclair 90.3. Just saying. It was called a crisis communications, and we learned about prevention. And like, you know, it's really important as a leader in like any position to ensure people don't panic as much or do whatever you can to diminish that. So I mean, I find it interesting that you say it's a Trumpish quote because, you know, panic's bad.
No, panic do be bad. Like I'm not saying it's not, but I don't know. I think it's weird that they're not giving much information about it. And I don't know. I feel like basically what's being said there is like, oh, I'm really glad I don't have to think about this anymore.
Yeah.
And also
that
like
is
who's
true.
panicking about COVID? Like
A
like,
lot of people.
I mean, like right now, like it's not like, you know, new. Wait, COVID? What is this?
See, that's the thing.
There's-
There's two sides of that. There's people who are like, we know what COVID is. We're not going to panic when
Yeah,
friend
right.
tests positive. Then there's a flip side to that of like people who panic like it's brand new, and that's not invalid. But they're, you know, I've seen people react that way, and that's perfectly fine. You know, does that make sense? I don't know.
I mean, maybe if they like got it or interacted with it in some way.
I think everyone just kind of has different fear levels with it because we've all been going through this together,
Right.
right? We're all in this together for like the past 2 years now, but we all do have different experience with it, if that
Mhm.
makes sense. I don't know. I think everyone has had like their own share of, I guess, kind of, I don't know if trauma is the right word, but experience, you know, with their family and how that might have affected them.
Yeah, definitely. Because back to like some people getting more scared now. Like some people got it right as it started, like got it right at the beginning. Like people like me, I have not gotten COVID yet.
Me neither.
Knock on wood.
Confirmed.
Yeah, not confirmed. But so if I got it, God forbid, I think I would definitely be like, what's gonna happen? Like, even though I know all the facts, all the news, I just think I would be very stressed out and very scared right now.
Yeah. I think the only time I freaked out about it when it had been a thing for a while was last Christmas when my brother got it. No one in my immediate family, and like my mom, dad, sister, brother, my immediate family had gotten it at that point. We'd all been really lucky not to. And my brother got it he tested positive on Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas.
I was like,
No.
Nice present.
All the time.
I was like, stay away from me. I was like, I want to see grandma tomorrow. Like, come on.
Yeah.
No, but we didn't see anybody.
Yeah, similar situation to you, Leslie.
Yeah.
Myself, my family, and I, we all had COVID 2 times during course of about 7 months. The first time we got it, it was around like the same time as you, around New Year's, more like after
Mm.
Christmas, around New Year's.
Party time.
And we didn't, none of us were vaccinated then, so because they weren't available. So it was a
Oh my
lot,
God, that's so
lot
true.
worse the first time we had it,
Mm,
and then the second time we had it was in August of this year.
that's so insane how
But-
you all got it together.
Yeah,
Twice.
but you know, it's just like it really doesn't. It's really unclear where it comes
Yeah.
from.
You know what's funny
But-
is like in those times, right? Because you're from, am I
Staten
allowed
Island.
to say where you're from on
Staten
air?
Island, yeah.
Staten Island?
Yeah.
Okay, I was making sure you're okay with that.
Yeah, yeah.
You're from Staten Island
Mhm.
and you were in Staten Island both those times that happened.
Yeah,
Right?
It's just about it was no.
No?
The New Year's of 2021, it was around like Staten Island community. Like we got somebody
Mhm.
somewhere got it in that community.
Staten Island.
The August one was when we were coming back from Florida.
Oh,
It could have been
surprise,
it could have been
surprise.
from there on a plane. I don't know where, but
Okay.
but the number one thing I want to emphasize is we all got it, including my grandma, who's 92,
Is she okay?
and she got over it twice.
Oh my
I got
God.
over it the first time without being vaccinated, and then the second time when she was,
What a champion.
She's awesome. Shout out to you, Grandma, if you're listening.
I feel like I should buy her
Yeah.
some flowers and be like,
It's all-
you're just
yeah, I mean,
wonderful.
and we said like, yeah, well, we understand how COVID affects people in that age range. Like people in that age range are the most at risk. You know, we recognize that, and we kept my grandma very safe, and
Yeah.
you know, we just watched her every day. We took care of each other, and we got over it. So hopefully doesn't happen a third time. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Any wooden studio we can knock on.
Yeah, hopefully. I hope you don't get it, Alex.
And speaking of the pandemic, sort of, I guess, coming to a close, an interesting new thing has happened where pandemic homeless hotels are closing and they're sending some people back to the streets. Across the country, FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Agency funds have been allocated to making sure that the homeless population is safe from COVID. But now that that's changing, many are wondering why they're being sent back out to the streets. According to the CEO of the Colorado Coalition for the Homeless, the housing wasn't meant to be provided for a long-term fix. This is especially true in Denver, Colorado Quality Inn, where 57 of the 138 hotel residents have housing lined up. Many of the homeless affected are disagreeing with the eviction, saying that if they had multiple years to look for permanent housing, this is a problem that could have been avoided. CEO of the National Alliance to End Homelessness said that the government funding is the root of the problem. She says that we are, quote, back to business as usual, not providing enough resources for the problems, end quote. This is
What?
I don't even know how to sum up
What?
this.
Wait, what?
Wait,
Can
what?
we run it back?
Run it. Do you want me to say it again? I'll re-report the news. That's my rewind sound. No? Jacob? Is he zoned out? Is he in the
I'm
zone?
reading.
You're reading. He's processing. Well, is anyone else done processing?
wait.
This is very much this is very much a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like on Montclair State, like we could compare like 52 cases, 52% rise,
Up by 52%.
up by 52%. So we're very much, even though like we're not technically, I think we're not in a pandemic anymore. I don't know that kind
Yeah.
of news, but it's sending homeless people back to the streets is should not be an option. I get the government funding and you can't house these people, but definitely should have given them a good like chunk of notice, being like, hey, we're closing down, like you should try to find another spot. It just like we could have done it so much better. That's not part of the government funding. That's on the CEO, I think.
And it's also, like going off what you said, Alex, it might cause a rise for not only COVID, but other diseases to spread amongst people who go back to living on the streets, you know? Yeah, which is not good.
Also, just a reminder that any opinions reflected here on the Morning Buzz reflect the opinions of the hosts, but not WMSC Upper Montclair. Just want to put that in there since we get a little opinionated on the buzz.
Yes, some pretty hot takes getting thrown around.
Oh,
But,
yeah. You got one?
I
always love to hear your thoughts, Jake. You don't have to share them.
yeah, this is no, it's bad. Honestly, it's borderline fascist. I don't know. I think it's pretty terrible. It's one of those things I don't even know what to say about it because it's just so
Sad.
like egregious that it's just like, okay, yeah.
It's kind of like that devastating sort of hopeless feeling, I guess, in the sense of like we can't do anything.
Well, yeah, well, actually the exact opposite of that, because we could do something, right?
Yeah, and that was my second thought, because like my first thought was like, oh, we can't do anything, and then I was like, well, we probably could.
Well, yeah, no. It's like, and also like just the utter like disgust of this CEO saying, oh, like I think it's also worded weirdly, which is what threw me off.
Back
He
to
said
business as usual.
government-
Go back to the streets.
the way he said that government funding is the root of the problem. That like, I don't know. I don't know. I guess it hit me as some like Reagan era, like government is the root of the problem. And like, I don't know. I was just taken aback by that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was just kind of bad wording on the part of the journalist or, but yeah, it's all pretty wild.
Yeah. Well, I think I don't know. It's interesting because it's talked about in a very I don't know what word I'm looking for. Blunt way. Back to business as usual.
Mhm.
I just don't
Right. Back
really
to
like
big.
that.
We don't have to. The pandemic's over. We don't actually have to care about homeless people.
Yeah, like
We don't have to
The
pretend that we
pandemic's
care.
over.
That we ever
Yes,
care.
it is definitely
Um,
giving like we don't have to pretend that we care.
Mhm.
And I wonder how much warning they were given, which is kind of, I guess, back to Alex's point, because
Right.
like it
Like,
feels very
kind of
sudden.
Mhm.
I wonder if they were told to line up something else or like try and figure something out. But it's like a tough position to be in. It's really hard to get things started if
Yeah.
you're, don't have like a permanent address. If it's like if you don't have a permanent address, you can't get a job. It's
Mhm.
very hard to get money, and it's like, it's a tough situation.
It's just so wild to me that so much of American policy around homelessness is just waiting for them to stop existing.
Yeah.
Like it's just not.
Or just pretending that they don't exist.
Well, or actively trying to just get them away, like with predatory, or what's that called? Like hostile architecture.
Yeah.
It's really insane that that's the approach that like just seems to be pervasive, and it really is getting to like I don't know. I feel like stories like this kind of show that the inhumanity there really has no limit.
It's true.
Mhm.
It's true.
Like I'm just looking at last quote, back to business. Like that.
It's
Just
Yeah.
sticking with me.
No, right?
sums it up.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I don't even know what to say. It's just it sucks as an understatement.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Yeah.
perfect wording for it. Well, as we're getting a little heavy on the buzz, we have some more news coming for you. But first, we are going to take a quick break. We'll see you in a few minutes.
This is another National Wildlife Refuge Minute. Alaska Maritime National Wildlife Refuge is one of the
Claire, and this is the Morning Buzz every weekday from 7 to 9 a.m. Tee. And it is Wednesday, the 21st of September. And I'm here with my crew. Right now, right now, but like all the time. I don't know why I said that. I'm Leslie Gallagher. I'm here with Jake Goetz,
What's up?
Cassia Faria, Aiden Ivers,
Oh,
Alex Braun.
What's up?
And behind the scenes, we have Laura Zaccardi in the corner.
Lara.
She won't say anything, but she did wave. So if you can picture someone like in the corner of a room just doing like a little wave, that's Laura. Anyways, I'm gonna throw it to Jake.
Yeah.
News.
House to vote on election law overhaul in response to January 6th. According to AP News, the House will vote on overhauling an election law that is a couple centuries old. The vote is in an effort to prevent future presidential candidates from trying to subvert the popular will. This decision came in a direct response to the January 6th attack on the White House and former President Trump trying to find a way around getting voted out by the Electoral College. Wyoming Representative Liz Cheney said that this new bill would ensure that future January 6th sessions will be constitutional and more well represented. Instead of just one lawmaker in the Senate and one in the House objecting to the vote, a third will be needed in both the House and Senate. In addition to this, the court system would also have the ability to get involved if the public officials attempt to delay or refuse to certify the election. As clear-cut as this may seem for a group of people who were attacked, some House GOP leaders disagree with the legislation and encouraging others to vote against it, believing that the bill will draw out elections, give less power to the states, and draw a massive litigation from the public.
Thank you, Jake.
Yeah. So like, I guess with regard to the opposing GOP, it's like, of course, it's like word.
Word.
I don't know. It's just so funny because it's like people like they just kind of tried to steal an election just with a riot and at the Capitol.
Mhm.
And I don't know. It's like, no, guys, this law, it won't, it will do more harm than good. It won't, guys, this isn't a good idea. Trust me. I don't know. It's kind of like endearing, like in a sad way. Like a little bear that can't rip up his food. Like, I don't know.
What?
It's just so pathetic. It's kind of,
I
yeah.
don't know what you said, bear and food, and I thought of like the porridge story. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Sorry, I associate that with porridge.
needs to be just right.
Just
Can't be
right.
not too warm.
The
and not
news
too-
has to be just right, but that will
not too cold.
never
No.
whatever that even
It's
means.
always too hot.
Ooh. Or too cold. What are these metaphors? We're not okay today, are we? It's still morning. It's 7:30 a.m.
31.
Only 7:31. But any thoughts before we skedoodle on, as I like to say?
I just want to say that, like, this sounds nice. I guess it's fine. I mean, if it's being headed by Liz Cheney, it's probably not that, nothing that serious, like nothing that
trust the-
comprehensive.
Wyoming rep.
No. that's what I'm saying. I don't think it'll be that much.
Oh, I misheard you.
But like, I don't know, if you I feel like if they want to take action to like protect the rule of law, they should probably like prosecute the people that try to
Yeah. That there was a lot of
overhaul.
people involved.
Yeah, all of them.
All of them. I feel like it might be hard to
Okay, maybe-
not defending them. It'd be a lot.
No, yeah,
It would
it's
be difficult
difficult.
to track everyone down
But
because there
it's-
was like a whole crowd.
There do be a whole crowd,
Like
but
that's why it was
there
so-
were also lots of cameras and lots of
That's true.
videos, and there has been, a whole investigation, right? So
Yeah.
I feel like you should be able to get a good chunk, and
Yep.
put them in jail if you want. Not a call to action.
If you want. Okay. Yeah. I remember that day. It was interesting.
That was wild waking
Oh,
up to that.
yes.
I actually specifically remember. Usually, I had like in senior year last year, I had math class as my last period. Usually, my teacher posts the homework like right after class. We could work on it, and for some reason, it wasn't posted right away. And I looked on the news. I was
No.
like, oh,
No.
They're a
no.
little distracted.
She was there.
She was.
That's what I thought. She was about to say. It's like,
Wait.
yeah, my teacher would show up to school, and then I turn on the news, and she's just there.
She's just there with like an
Wait.
American flag tied around her neck.
So she wasn't there. Or she was there?
Was
No,
your
no,
teacher
no,
a
no,
Capitol
no.
writer?
no. But it was just like.
She was just distracted by the news.
Yeah.
That story. I
Yeah.
thought that was going in such a
That'll
different
do it.
direction.
no.
Yo, that's really funny. I mean, I hope you did
No,
your
it was
math
right.
homework.
It was
It's a long time ago.
It was like a hybrid model. So some people were in person, some people
Oh,
were
I
on
hate
Zoom, and the
Grant.
teacher was in person too.
Hybrid's
and-
so fake.
It was not.
What kind of learning is? No, that's
it's
a
like,
different
no,
conversation.
It's so my high school colors were maroon and gold, So because
Ooh, pretty.
they didn't want to have everybody in the building at one time because of COVID. They split it up into 2 groups. So one group was maroon, one group was maroon, one was gold. One day the maroon group would be in person, and then while at the same time in class, the gold group would be on Zoom while the same class was going on to to make sure the mitigation of COVID doesn't spread that well.
Mhm.
I mean, it was a good idea, but the people at home, like it was, I don't, it's a lot to get into, but it was just like it was a lot easier if you were there because like if you weren't, you were on Zoom, which I mean you were in the comfort of your own home, but you had to be at a desk, and it was like
Yeah.
kind of more difficult to like ask questions and stuff. And,
Yeah.
you
You at
know.
least have to wear a nice shirt.
Oh no.
No?
I had to wear my uniform on camera.
Oh,
Wow, that's a wild.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, I had
I
to
forgot you went to a Catholic school
Yeah.
for a minute.
I had to wear uniforms in my school, but when we were on Zoom,
How
no,
would you even like?
that just no, like
Yeah, no. There was one time in one of my classes where somebody had on a plain t-shirt, and then the teacher said, "All right, Mr. So-and-so, you will get points taken off your average because you're not in uniform."
No way. That's hilarious. School is so crazy. The
No,
things that like
sorry.
we get like penalized
I'm
for.
so glad that's in the past.
It's
Yeah. Now you're in college. But anyways, another story. Trump rape accuser plans suit under New York survivors law. A writer who accused former President Donald Trump of raping her in a department store dressing room intends to file another lawsuit against him. This is all under a New York law for letting a sexual assault victims sue over attacks that happened decades ago. A lawyer for the columnist. There we go. Words. Sorry, guys. Jean Carroll notified a federal judge of her intent to sue in an August letter entered in the public record yesterday. The suit would allege sexual battery and intentional infliction of emotional distress. In the letter, the lawyer Roberta Kaplan also said she plans to depose Trump in the defamation case that Carroll already had pending against the former president. The deposition would have to occur by October 19th when discovery in the case must be completed for a planned February trial. Trump's attorney, Alina Habba, did not immediately respond to a request for comment. In an August 11th letter to the court that was also posted in the public file Tuesday, she objected to the new lawsuit. I think it's interesting that they bring up the law letting sexual assault victims sue over attacks that happened decades ago. And I was kind of curious as to what all of you think about that, because I have thoughts.
I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know like the survivor's law. I didn't know that this law let people
Mhm.
sue over attacks that happened a decade ago, because like you talked about it earlier, like a crime is a crime.
Yeah. Oh, we talked
Um,
about it before the show, is what cast means.
So yeah,
crime is a crime, but it's I guess some like, I mean, like how much time, right, would be too much time to accuse or someone of something, and is that even a thing, right?
I mean, it never goes away, right? It never unhappens, right?
yeah.
it still
No matter how many
happens.
times, how much time has passed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love also how people bring up the argument of like it's in the past or it happened so long ago.
Yeah.
But you're not saying it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Right. And many people will, sort of come at any, I don't really like the word victim, but victim of sexual assault or rape. And they'll say, why didn't you say something sooner? It's
Yeah.
very difficult to come forward about those things.
No.
Mhm.
It's not easy. And it's like you had to go through it, and then you have to relive it
Mm.
by reporting it. And not only do you have to like report it to police or anything, but you have to tell that story over and over and over again.
And like sometimes you put in the spotlight and like you have
Yeah.
to share this with like millions of people, and like that's not easy.
It's not. And then also you're kind of reliving it every time you tell it, right? That's not fun. And also people are questioning whether
Right.
Mhm.
you're telling the truth. That's just another kind of drama. So maybe this is coming up decades later. People are probably like, oh, this law lets people do that decades later. They should, and maybe they think it shouldn't.
Yeah,
I don't have a
I think
problem
when
with
it comes to sexual assault allegations against Donald Trump, or really any allegation against Donald Trump, people are going to say whatever they need to say to not pay attention to it.
Absolutely.
So it's just, I don't know. I always think of, Sigmund Freud has this really interesting idea of like, or he's dead now. He had this
There.
really interesting idea of kettle logic, which is like, somebody goes and asks to get their kettle back that they borrowed. And it's like, I didn't take your kettle. I never had your kettle. I've never even seen your kettle. I don't even use a kettle. And it's just like, it doesn't, like the explanations are completely contradictory, but it
Mhm.
doesn't matter because the point is you're not getting it back. Go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. The people who are loyal to Trump are going to be loyal to Trump. And
Making excuses.
yeah, no. And I hope that, Miss Carroll has a pretty, like, I don't know. I hope they have security systems, in
Yes.
set, because the amount of turmoil and like just harassment that anyone who speaks out about them in about Trump in such a public and I guess serious way gets is pretty serious.
And yeah, and you said, Jake, it's a really complicated situation, both uh, emotionally for the person and um legislatively, because
Yeah.
then it's a big lawsuit going on. So hopefully, like I said, Jake, it gets solved soon. So
Yeah.
that could it could be like settled. It doesn't have to bring any more
Right.
trauma.
Yeah. Although I always love your optimism, Aiden, but
Yeah.
I highly doubt that.
No.
Only because whenever these things are brought up in court, like I said, you have to relive it over and over. The details are being torn apart in front of you. And if
Mhm.
you're the person who was there and it happened to you, you just have to watch people pick you and your story apart. And
No.
Question
It does
the-
kind of poke a little bit of a hole into the whole approach of like I don't know. I do think that like it does kind of ask questions about like the way we approach like proving guilt. Um
Mhm.
yeah, like
and the whole American system is not
yeah,
innocent
Yeah.
until proven guilty, but you're classified as not guilty until proven guilty.
Right.
And not guilty does not mean innocent. It
yeah.
just means they couldn't prove
Yeah.
it.
And it's like how do you like I don't know, especially like after time goes, by, it can be a difficult thing to prove.
And less
Um,
people start to care. The more time that's gone by, I
Yeah.
think the less people care. Right.
Which is unfortunate. It's really unfortunate.
Very. Cass, were you gonna say something? You had a question, or did I mishear you?
No, I think I was just agreeing with you.
Oh, I heard you say like question, but like I think I just misheard you.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're gonna take a quick break here on the Morning Buzz 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. We'll be right back.
I hear records in my head.
Welcome back. You're listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. This is the Morning Buzz. I'm your host, Leslie Gallagher. I'm here with Jake Goetz,
Hi.
Castia Feria,
Hello.
Aiden Ivers,
Hello.
Alex Braun.
What's up?
And behind the scenes, we got our producer, Larry the Carney, who's the gremlin in the corner. She just said hello, I'm a gremlin. But you couldn't hear her because she doesn't have a mic. She says she's I'm sorry, I've been corrected by our producer. She's a tired gremlin.
Lara's a trooper for even coming in after the MCR concert.
Oh, that's true. Our producer Lara went to the My Chemical Romance concert last night, and if you'd like to hear about that concert, you can tune in later back into 90.3 WMSC at 1 p.m. for her show called My Emo Phase, which is so perfectly fitting. And I might be there too if I wake up in time to do it, because I might go home and sleep after this lovely morning show, as much as I love being here.
Good luck parking when you get back, Leslie.
No, it's a Wednesday. Wednesdays are best for commuters.
How so?
Who has classes on Wednesday, Aiden? Who's on campus right now except how many of us are in this room? 6 of us?
Leslie, all the clubs meet on Wednesday.
No, they don't. It's just a figment of your... No, I'm kidding.
Still.
No, but okay. My argument to that, most commuters don't join clubs.
I guess that's true.
That's fair. Yeah, that is
Most
fair.
clubs
Mhm.
are from people who dorm.
Like when I walk out of here, like after the show, like it's dead outside. Like when I did Monday,
Commuters or most of the
it
schools,
was, people were walking around, but I was like, dang, no one's out here.
Yeah. I don't know the statistic for how many commuters we have this year, but it was like 75% last year.
That's what they told. Sorry, that's what they told me when I came for a tour here. They're like 75% of like campus as commuters, but that was like 2 years ago. So
It was definitely like the statistic 2 years ago or last year of like 75% of students. It's a majority of the students are commuters.
Yeah.
So yes, parking, I'll get a really good parking today, probably, because it's Wednesday.
Okay. Next week.
Yeah.
Or tell us the parking spot that you got
You know what? I will
next week.
update of that very important news story for you.
Cool. Thank you.
You are so welcome. We're gonna hand it over to Castia Feria because I'm in the mood for some entertainment.
I'll
Let's go.
give you some entertainment.
Woo!
So I'm sure everybody's heard the phrase "kill them with kindness." Well, Lil Nas
Especially from Selena
X
Gomez.
Yeah.
start playing Selena.
Aw, we don't have her in the system.
Oh, really?
I don't think so. We're alt rock and she's like not alt rock. Love her though.
Mhm. Well, Lil Nas X did exactly on Monday when homophobic protesters camped outside his Boston show. On Twitter, he retweeted a video of the video of protesters outside his concert venue and wrote, "Just told my team," quote, "just told my team to send them pizza. This is a really good promo," end quote. Hours later, he posted another video on his Twitter of his team delivering the free pizza to the group who declined the offer. Halfway through the video, though, the camera slowed down and focused on one of the protesters, Sahan, oh my gosh, I had this one earlier. Sahan Stevens' Mystery of Love plays in the background. For the caption and video, Lil Nas X wrote, quote, "Update, they didn't want the pizza, but I accidentally fell in love with one of the homophobic protesters," end quote. He also later tweeted, quote, "I can't stop thinking about the cute homophobic guy that was protesting my concert last night. I know him. I must know we had a connection. I miss him so much, man. I am nothing without him," end quote.
The satire.
I love
it.
dog.
We love that. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. Wow.
What kind of pizza was it? Was it
I
like
think it was just plain pizza.
Oh, yeah, no.
I don't think the
So
article
anything-
specified,
Yo,
but probably plain. Plain is the best.
I gotta say,
My hot take. Anyways.
like, I feel like that's actually a really interesting question to me. Like, I guess
What kind of pizza?
no, like, let's say, imagine you were protesting something,
Mhm.
and like, it was, and like, you really thought it was bad, and they brought you pizza. Would you take it? I
If I
guess
was
it
protesting
I mean,
something.
because
depends
would
what it
imagine-
is.
I'd imagine
Yeah.
like when I first read they didn't take it, it would probably be a thing like, oh yeah, then what is the point of us protesting here? Because we're just like, I guess
Oh yeah,
instead of
where
giving in to
yeah,
what
you're
we're
basically
trying to-
pacified, right?
what we're trying to say we don't like, I guess.
But what if you just eat the pizza and you just keep protesting?
I mean,
Like, I don't know. Like, I think on one level, like that it could be really like, I don't know. I don't think it's what they should have done. But I mean, it doesn't surprise me that they didn't
nah,
do
yeah,
anything. They were just like,
didn't
no, I
take
don't
it,
want
yeah.
your gay pizza.
yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Because you touched it.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
I kind of get where Little Nas X is coming from though,
I mean,
because
yeah,
it's like,
Yeah.
you know, it- it's interesting
It's
because
like-
it's like kind of like a basic level human of respect. It's like,
Right.
oh, you're out protesting for hours. Here's some food, even though you literally hate me for my existence. It shows a humanistic side, and
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I think it's, I think this whole thing is very interesting to me.
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
one way to deal with it.
Yeah,
One way to do
I
it.
think this is like, I don't know if there's another way, but like hatred just creates more hatred. If he would have came out screaming at them, then they would come out screaming.
Yeah.
So this is like a very like, hey, I know I'm not gonna be able to change your mind, but
Here's
I'm
pizza.
nice. Here's some pizza.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he kind of, I mean, I don't know if they really interpreted it this way, but he's more than just someone who's gay,
Mhm.
right? Like
Mhm.
there's more to him. He's
Yeah.
like a nice person. He's a
Yeah.
kind person. He's an artist,
Mhm.
right? Like you are more than just like whatever one thing people have against you.
Mhm, mhm.
And I think that shows that, even if they don't really take that well, because,
Yeah, it would be nice.
People.
It would be nice if this reciprocity was seen in lots of different things going on, not in like with a country, you know. I feel
Yeah.
like we would get a lot more done than just like having this constant screaming match over each other. Like I was just saying, you know, if people say like,
Give-
okay, I recognize what you're saying, and I want to give you something because I recognize you. I don't want to like start things more.
And that's interesting. You know how people are always like, and I agree with this, if you want to like change anything politically, socially, you have those conversations.
Mhm.
But if you can't have those conversations with people because they are so on the
Yeah.
other side, or they're so like polarized,
Mhm.
right? You just give them pizza.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to be
Mostly joking. Jake.
okay. Cool.
Did you think I was serious?
No, wait. Dude, I don't know. It's a
Yo, my humor, you can't tell, I guess.
Mm.
Anyways, Cass, anything else for us today in the entertainment section?
Well, since yesterday was National Voter Registration Day, many music artists took to social media to spread the word and encourage people to register to vote for this year's midterm elections. Ariana Grande, for example, partnered with Headcount, saying that, quote, the candidates and measures being voted on for the midterm elections have the power to impact millions of lives. If all of us vote and encourage our loved ones to vote with us, we will truly be able to create a change, end quote. Other artists like the Lumineers and Billie Eilish have also partnered with Headcount as well. Harry Styles and Paramore also teamed up with them, are offering fans who verify their status as a registered voter a chance to win tickets to their concert. Harry's like offering tickets to Harry Ween in LA. So I thought that was like wild.
Harry Ween.
Taylor Swift also reminded people to register, saying that, quote, 8.3 million people are newly eligible to vote since the last general election, and 1 in 4 eligible voters are not registered to vote. Make sure your voice is heard, end quote. This year's midterm elections are on Tuesday, November 8th.
Wow. Yeah. I love how he offered concert tickets
Mm.
for a
Yeah, it's like an
person.
incentive.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This was also, I think this is so interesting because this was not a thing until very recently. Or rather, I guess in the past, I want to say like decade, maybe even
Mhm.
less, is when artists, like, it's now like the norm for them to speak up about politics and voting and
Yeah.
encourage people
Mhm.
and use that voice, whereas before it was like they only did music, or they only did, yeah, this is all talking
Yeah.
about artists, so it's like they only do music, they like, like in terms of, I guess, metaphors, like they stayed in their lane.
Mhm.
But now it is the norm for them to do something, and now they're offering incentive
Mhm.
like tickets. That's really interesting to me,
Yeah.
how our kind of like political and social game has kind of changed over the last few years, that this
Yeah.
is normal, which is
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's good. That's my
Yeah.
personal opinion. Okay.
But
Nothing
the real
we say.
question is, what is gonna be the set for Harry Ween?
The same.
Like the stage. How's it gonna look?
I have no idea. I haven't been to Harry Ween.
Probably it. I would hope it has something to do with Halloween.
dude. Why do you? Never mind. I'm not.
Oh God,
I hope it's Christmas themed. This does not
That's-
apply to Halloween at all.
Alec. Hey, Question.
Yeah.
You seen The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Oh, you're right.
Oh,
The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah.
Do you think it's a Halloween or a Christmas movie?
Oh,
You're gonna say Christmas, aren't you?
No. Oh, I was scared of it as a
Is this
child.
too early for these
You're
debates?
scared?
It's only
I
September.
was scared
oh,
when
I
was
could put it
little,
into the
they played-
Nightmare Halloween.
When I was little, they played it at my like day, like after school program, and I was too scared, so I just sat in the corner and looked at the wall.
I honestly
Yo.
was honestly a little nervous when I watched it as a kid too. The whole skeleton thing.
When he
freaked me
took
out.
off his head in the beginning, and he's like, "Since I'm dead, I can take off my head and recite Shakespearean quotations." That was
that's
pretty
fair.
freaky. That freaked me out.
friend's favorite movie.
No, I love
It's
that
a good
movie.
movie.
It's definitely up there for me.
Man, I wish we could talk more about like Halloween news, but like it's like the end of September and like no one wants to hear it except maybe me. So anything else, Cass?
One more thing. Holly Bailey, who is starring in the live action remake of The Little Mermaid, which is set to premiere in 2023, said that bringing her locks to Ariel's hair was, quote, really special. During the D23 Expo, she discussed how director Rob Marshall wanted to incorporate aspects of herself into the role. She described it as a beautiful thing and how incorporating her locks into the red hair, for example, was special to her. A short trailer of The Little Mermaid came out earlier this month, which led to many parents of young Black girls sharing their children's reactions to their trailer, with many visibly excited to see Bailey as Ariel. While discussing why viewers resonate with Ariel, she says, quote, "We all yearn for something greater. We all relate to the feeling that we want something for, we all relate to the feeling like we want something better for ourselves. And I think the strength in her as she goes for it." She also says that this film is more about what Ariel sees for herself and her future and her passion.
Thank you, Cass, for that entertainment news story here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair.
It's really interesting. Did you see the
Very.
trailer for it?
It was beautiful, yeah. Her
Yeah.
voice. Oh my gosh, her voice.
I saw the
Yeah.
trailer.
I wish it was like a little bit more like it was
Like-
brighter.
And it was also
Writer?
this-
Like I get they're trying to do like underwater ocean,
Yeah.
but like it's just dull, like visibly.
Like-
I thought it was really beautiful, but honestly, I wasn't analyzing it for that perspective. I watched it in my class, race, ethnicity, and media.
Mhm.
They're talking about basically, the actress is Black and having that representation,
Mhm.
and how people are all like in a fit because she's not white, which is we're kind of like talking about like why it's important to some people and why it should which we can talk about if we want to. But yes, you're listening to 90.3 WMC Upper Montclair. This is the Morning Buzz, a weekday news show from 7 to 9 every day of the week, Monday through Friday. And I'm your host, Leslie Gallagher. I'm joined with Jake Goetz, Castia Feria, Aiden Ivers, Alex Braun in the corner, our producer, Lara Zaccardi. And we're talking about some entertainment news right now, the new Little Mermaid movie.
Yeah.
Unless we're not. Does anyone else, we want to talk about it?
I saw some of the reaction videos of like the girls watching it. It was just
Yeah.
really heartwarming to see they were watching it in the minute like
going
how-
trending on TikTok a little bit.
Yeah,
I heard
those videos were going around. It's pretty sweet.
like
Yeah.
the minute she showed up on screen, like their faces like lit up, and it was
because
just,
they
like,
have a
so
Disney
nice to
princess that looks
see.
like them,
Yeah.
and people don't realize how important that is.
Mhm.
That's really cool.
If
I
you
feel
grew up
it's-
with
I feel
like,
it'll be a very successful movie once it's released next May.
I'm really excited
Yeah.
because I'm not a big live action person.
yeah, I mean,
Like some of them kind of just like look weird.
I think
It
all of
freaked
them
me
look
out.
absolutely awful, dude. Like it kind of puts you in a weird spot because like I do think it's really cool that like they're expanding, like making it more representational, making making those kind of decisions.
Mhm.
But also like these movies look awful to me, and like you
Some of
could
them
not pay me
really
to see
do.
them.
I actively avoid a good amount of them.
No, and like
But this one looks pretty cute.
I'm not making a session on this one. Still think it looks pretty bad.
Wow.
But
Wow. Well, I don't know. I don't think it looks bad because
Yeah.
it's like in water. Like, does that even make
Yeah, that
sense?
makes sense,
Yeah.
Like it just
What? No, it doesn't.
like it looked pretty. Like the ocean looked pretty.
Mhm.
And like, I don't know, the costuming didn't look like super fake. Also, like, I don't know. I've been obsessed with mermaids since, I don't know, I probably heard of their possible existence at the age of,
Right.
3. So I'm vibing with it.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll
This
be
has
a
been like
vibe.
in the making for a while. I remember like in high school I was hearing about
Yeah.
the
Really?
casting for this. I'm like, finally it's like
No,
coming out.
Mhm.
that's true. It has been like kind of murmured about for a really long time.
Yeah. I'm kind of excited too, in the sense of like, I rewatched like the original animation one.
Mhm.
And like, I love the story of Little Mermaid. Okay, I don't love everything about it. in terms of like, like feminism and stuff. But as like a classic story, I enjoy its ideas. But like the animation was kind of like boring at some point. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like I was watching it and I was like, I'm kind of bored. So
Like towards the ending, I'm like, let's wrap.
I'm
it
like,
up.
yeah, it feels slow. The pacing is a little off.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping what that the live action's a little more like
It keeps me like till
keeps
the
me
end.
more engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah, because probably a lot more movement. I don't know. When I watched this trailer, it looked pretty, and I'm all about a pretty aesthetic movie. So we'll see. And her voice sounded really pretty too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna get a little news update from Aiden Ivers.
Thank you, Leslie. Good morning, everybody. My name is Aiden Divers, coming at you live from 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair for the Hour 2 news and weather forecast. So let's get into it. In national news, according to CNN.com, the retail companies CVS and Walmart have reached a financial settlement within the state of West Virginia regarding the response of the two companies toward complaints of a failure to, quote, maintain effective controls as a distributor against the diversion that contributed to the oversupply of opioids in the state. Walmart has agreed to pay $65 million, while CVS has agreed to pay $82.5 million. So hopefully those two companies and the state of West Virginia get that sorted out as soon as possible. And in statewide news, according to NJSpotlightNews.com, the New Jersey Secretary of State, Tahisha Way, along with multiple colleges and schools across New Jersey, met yesterday at the College of New Jersey to kick off a New Jersey ballot bowl event in which 27 schools exactly will unite and compete against each other, see how many or which school in particular can turn out the most voters for this upcoming November election, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty nice event going on. And in Montclair news, according to Montclair Local, on Thursday, October 6th, the community organization Montclair Mutual Aid will host a fundraiser from 7 to 11 p.m. at the Wellmont Theater. And the best part about this is it's silent disco theme, guys. How awesome does that sound?
I love that.
Woo!
That sounds so fun. There will be 3 different theme channels in which participants can plug their headphones into or connect wirelessly to enjoy the silent disco fun. So if you're looking for something to do next week or a couple weeks, actually, keep that in mind at the Wellmont. That's going on.
The Walmart.
And for weather, this summer just doesn't seem to want to go away, guys. I know Emily McCormick is not going to be happy today with this warm weather. And it'll be a high of
Shout out to our web
82
director.
and a low of 68 with the humidity at 58% and winds expected to blow at 5 to 10 miles per hour with a possible late night thunderstorm tonight. So look forward to that, guys. It's not counting Leslie and Jake because you guys are commuters, but
Thanks, Aiden.
just actually in your own home, just keep that in mind because there's nothing better than chilling inside with a nice thunderstorm going on.
Reading a book. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a nice aesthetic. In the fall too, it's coming up.
Oh,
That's gonna be so valid.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's only.
for
Oh, sorry. You go.
okay, for extended weather, Thursday will be receiving the receiving end of those late night thunderstorms with a high of 71 and a low of 48 with a chance of rain at 80% throughout the day. And into the weekend on Friday, we step into the fall spirit a little bit with a high of 62 and a low of 47 with partially cloudy skies, followed by a high of 70 and a low of 52 on Saturday, then a high of 76 and a low of 59 on Sunday. This has been your Hour 2 news and weather forecast here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. Back to you, Leslie.
Sorry, I almost cut you off there. But I got so excited because the weather's getting colder, and I'm probably the only person who gets excited about that.
Emily
I'm excited for
McCormack.
it.
Wait, really? Wait. Who here likes fall better than summer?
I love it.
Okay, we got me and Cass and Laura. Okay, so we got 3, and Aiden seems kind of like in the middle.
I enjoy summer, but we've been in it for the past 3 months. It's time to bring up some cold weather. Bring in the cold
We're
weather.
over it. We're
Yes,
over it.
I'm
We
over
want to
it.
wear sweaters. We want to be cozy
Yes.
by fires. I
want
want to wear
light
fuzzy
breeze.
socks.
And then next spring
Hot
we
coffee.
we'll be saying the same thing about winter. Get rid of the cold weather. Bring on the summer.
Pretty much. It's just
Right,
an endless
That's
cycle.
the cycle, yeah.
But
Well,
we live in New Jersey. We see every season like very vividly.
Sometimes they're too long.
You know. Well, winters are longest.
yeah, winter always
admittedly.
kind of sticks
That's why
around for
spring
too
is the
long.
best season.
What was that?
Spring is the best season.
Objectively, yeah, but it's not my favorite. Do you know? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't know. Like fall is always gonna be my favorite. I
like
love the
spring.
colors. I love the air. The air is crisp. It's one of my favorite parts. Laura, you want to join in?
I have something to say.
Okay.
I think that we should bring back 2020 Harry Potter TikTok.
What does that mean?
Oh,
Jake is on my same wavelength, right?
That said it all.
Like
I don't know.
I don't I'm so conflicted because yes, I want it back for nostalgia, but do I really want it back?
What is Harry
What's
Potter
that?
What
TikTok?
was so
Oh,
good about Harry
you
Potter
guys-
TikTok 2020?
My coffee didn't work this morning. So it's just TikToks about Harry Potter. I mean, that's as pretty basic as it gets.
Why in fall?
Were they special?
Yeah, because like I don't know, the whole aesthetic of Harry Potter is
It does go
the
well
fall.
with fall, right?
Yeah.
But
I don't
also
know.
the aesthetic of Gilmore Girls, which I'm seeing so much on TikTok.
Dude,
Leslie,
yeah,
My comfort show has become Gilmore Girls now. It's just on the
Yes.
background.
it is very comforting.
Anyway, thank you.
It's a good show.
Where you lead, I will follow anywhere.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why the whole fandom has classified that as a fall show, but I kind of just I
Oh,
just get it.
because-
I'm not questioning it
Because fall has always been a kind of a part of that show's aesthetic. which
yeah,
sucks.
but I mean
Every
it's
time I see a rerun, it's just leaves on the ground fall.
right. Yeah.
yeah, but it shows like their whole lives over the course of like 6 years, and then there's Year in the Life, which is literally the 4 seasons. So I don't, but like it because I heard an argument of like, oh, it starts in fall, but like a lot of shows do.
I feel like it's fall, like they focus on the fall, and I think it's probably like and also I think they use like fall in like the theming and like
Yeah.
marketing a lot, and I think
Yeah.
it probably has something to do with like I don't know,
You know, it's
the theme of
probably-
change
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a really good analysis.
because
It's like
about a girl growing up.
yeah, coming of age. Yeah.
So-
Anyways, speaking of fall,
Fall.
sports happen in fall.
Sports
happen all
do.
year round.
Yo, sports happen and people fall.
Sports happen in fall because sports. Sports news right now. In MLB news, the Mets have pinched the wild card spot for the NL National League, so it's guaranteed that they will make the playoffs. And the Mets played the Milwaukee Brewers and won 7-5. And get ready for today because the Mets will once again play the Brewers at 2:10 p.m. And last night, the Yankees had an amazing win against the Pittsburgh Pirates, 8-9, with Aaron Judge hitting his 60th home run, joining only 5 people to ever do that in baseball history. And Giancarlo Stanton hitting a walk-off grand slam to win the game for the Yankees. Woo! In Montclair sports news, the volleyball team beat Ramapo, winning 3-2, with the Red Hawks winning the first game 25-16, losing the second game 18-25, winning the third game 25-22, and losing the fourth game 19-25, and then winning 15-10. Volleyball is a little confusing to me, but I think I got it. But the Red Hawks will play and resume the New Jersey Athletics Conference on Thursday to host Rowan at 7 p.m. at Panzer Athletic Center. In Montclair State men's soccer team news, they beat the Penn State Abington 3-0 on Tuesday, making the record 5-0 and 3. The Red Hawks open New Jersey Athletic Conference play on Friday as they host the NJCU at 7 p.m. at the MSU Soccer Park. And Montclair State women's soccer beats the Sales 3-1. And because they beat the Sales women's soccer team, they passed them, moving up to the 12th in the ranking. And the Red Hawks remain at home this Thursday, battling Farmingdale, yep, State at 7 p.m. at MSU State Park. I've been Alex, and this has been Sports.
Sports. Woo!
Whoa!
I'm sorry. I have to just. You don't understand volleyball?
I
It's
mean,
really simple, and I
No.
know because I played it, and it's one of the only sports I understand.
I know
You
how
hit
you
the ball.
score points,
Okay,
but I don't know how you like win in total. Like
you
10.
win.
Yeah. No, you win a game.
Okay, so there's game. They come in threes,
Okay.
kind of like rock paper scissors. You're gonna win 2 out of 3, or 3 out of 3 if they feel like being extra. Yeah. So you do it to. I mean, I think
Oh, so
different levels go to different point numbers.
oh,
But I
okay.
want to say they go to. I want to say 21 points. or 25? 25. Yeah. They go to 25. And they just, whoever gets to 25 first.
But that's why it confused me
Why?
because they won the first game.
Okay.
No, they won the first game 25-16, lost the second game 18-25, won the third game 25-22.
So they won. They won 2 out of 3.
But then they lost another game.
Wait, they did more than 3?
Well, because
Or is this 3 separate?
I think they have to
thingies?
win 3.
They have to win 3? Oh, is it out of 5 in the professional? Oh, wow.
That's why I was confused.
I played in middle school.
But then like
My credentials are not up to date, apparently.
so I think it's the 15 in the last game because they won 15-10.
I feel the need to like do research now.
So I'm sorry, I will know volleyball by next buzz. I
yeah.
promise.
Yeah. Can you
We'll
like do
quiz
your
you.
research?
I'll do my I'm
Can you like do your
sorry.
I'm kidding. I'm just joking. If anyone doesn't know me in real life, that's the way I joke with people.
Sorry to
I'm not actually mad.
Sorry to everybody who's listening now and is an extreme volleyball fan. I will do better, I promise.
I wonder if there are any extreme volleyball fans. I feel like it's
Just
more of a
in
niche.
the
Oh,
world.
Leslie, as a
No,
friend
no,
of
like
volleyball
listening.
player, not
No, like listening. Like, no.
listening. Okay.
Listening to the show. You know? Anyways, we're gonna move on to some entertainment news. And I'm gonna hand it over to Jake Goetz.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
So
not.
Mariah Carey plans to Jeez.
Just making sure you're okay over there.
Mariah Carey plans to reissue her long-lost grunge album. Mariah Carey, always the enigma, revealed in 2020 memoir that she once made and released an entire grunge album under the name Chick. I wasn't sure if it was like chic or like chick or like
Chic is just no.
yeah. Though Carey only provided backing vocals on the original version, the long elusive project is getting a reissue with the Queen of Christmas on lead duties. The album in question, titled Someone's Ugly Daughter, was recorded during the sessions for Carey's 1995 smash Daydream. Sony BMG released it, though it disappeared without a trace shortly after. And because Carey was initially uncredited, there wasn't a huge demand for it. That is, until the singer dropped the bomb in her memoir. She wrote, quote, "It's always been a challenge for me to acknowledge and express anger. My personal life was suffocating during Daydream and was in desperate need of release." The official release of Someone's Ugly Daughter featured Carey's friend Clarissa Dane on lead vocals, though the band did not record a version with Carey on lead vocals instead. She tweeted back in 2020, quote, "On my quest to unearth the version of this album with my lead vocals and will not stop until we find it." That same year, her longtime producer, Donna John Chappelle, recalled to Rolling Stone that the project was largely inspired by 90s alt-rock staples like Sleater-Kinney, L7, and Green Day. Believe it or not, Green Day's 1994 release Dookie was a favorite of Carey's at the time. Why is that believe it or not? I believe it 100%.
I don't know, maybe because it's not. Is it like a super? I feel like it's not a super popular song.
That is such a
Is
it's
it?
an album. First
Oh,
of
it's
all.
Yeah.
And it's
I don't know their albums.
dude. That's like one of the most popular albums
Oh,
ever.
then never mind.
So
I just don't know names of things. Then to forget everything I ever say.
would this answer the question that that Mariah Carey has defrosted for the Christmas season? Have you seen that meme?
No.
What do you mean?
She's apparently still frozen,
just-
according to our producer.
But this came out yesterday. This came out yesterday.
Stay frozen.
Oh yeah, she's close. She's
It's not
close to being
even-
defrosted. She's still
it's
being defrosted.
Not even fall.
She will
Technically,
defrost
it's still
on November
technically
1st.
summer vibes because it's 80 degrees all the time.
But this Friday is technically when fall begins.
Okay, technically,
Technically,
but also, yeah,
and November
you're not
1st.
wrong.
November 1st is when she will defrost.
The little gremlin would like to speak.
Okay.
So my theory is that Mariah Carey has not defrosted yet.
Yeah,
She is morphing into the 2014 Tumblr grunge reformation that is happening this fall. So congratulations, Mariah. And then she'll
And-
defrost for winter.
Didn't My Chemical Romance release a cover of her song "All I Want for Christmas
Yes.
Is You"?
Oh,
No,
that
they
was
did do
that
that.
was years ago.
Yeah.
Christmas.
It's a good cover.
Yo, it's fall. Honestly, it's fall. It's fall. Yo.
I don't want to hear Christmas music
Greg
until December 1st.
No,
I've
November
Listen to
November
Christmas
1st.
music, which I know is illegal.
November.
Leslie, you're canceled.
No, I just listened like
What-
songs.
You're canceled. I don't care. Apology video right now.
It didn't feel wrong. It didn't feel wrong.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't. I'm normally very against listening to Christmas music before Thanksgiving. I've always been one of those people. But you know what? It's a
What
happy
changed
time.
this year?
I don't know. Well, I've started to change my opinion a little last year because it's just not that serious. It's music and it's happy. Just be happy. You know
And
what I
then
mean?
when it does come on, like in the summer, it's like, oh yeah, it's like 6 or 7 months till Christmas.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I feel like listening to a song just to if it makes you happy, just like do what makes you happy. You know, that's my philosophy. Right?
It's a nice philosophy. I like it.
Isn't it?
Mhm.
Isn't it? It's just so grand.
I have a theory.
Should I play a Christmas song?
I have a buzz theory. So is this grunge album gonna be released in the fall time? Like,
Mm,
Yeah, like is it upcoming or
Presumably, fall is the grunge
Okay.
the grunge season.
so maybe this is her way of like getting that market. Like she's got Christmas on lock. She'll always have Christmas. But now she's gonna get us to listen to her music earlier than that. So now we're gonna be listening to Mariah Carey for September, October,
Dude.
November, and December.
She's trying to take over the whole calendar.
Yeah.
It's
How
just like
dare
every
she.
month is Mariah Carey month. It's not just December anymore.
Yep.
It's all of them. Honestly, if she could get a really good Halloween song out,
I would
um,
so love that.
I would really. I feel like we need more.
Her
Halloween
version of this is
songs.
Halloween. That I would
Thanksgiving.
like
Dude, no, we need original content.
original
dude.
content.
I'm not trying to. I
All
love
I
me a good
want
cover
for Halloween.
is
Candy.
food.
I
yeah,
don't know. I don't know. I'm not it's not my job.
yeah, no. Any artists and musicians out there, I implore you, write a Halloween song.
We need more, honestly.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I want an Arbor Day song.
You can go ahead and write that then. Have fun with that.
what?
Alrighty. Well, speaking of music, we are an alt rock station. We're gonna play a few things. We're gonna play a PSA, we're gonna play a community bulletin board, and then we're gonna listen to a song, and we'll be right back here on the Morning Buzz on 90.3 WMC Upper Montclair. You're listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. Welcome back to the Morning Buzz, our weekday morning news show that airs 7 to 9 a.m. every weekday, Monday through Friday. I'm your host today, Leslie Gallagher, joined by Jake Goetz, Castia Feria, hello, Aiden Ivers,
Hello.
Alex Broad,
What's up?
and Laura Zaccardi, our producer. She's doing her hair right now next to me.
Yeesh.
It looks great. It looks great. You're not in the camera yet. Oh, and if you didn't know, we live stream this show to Facebook. Hi, Facebook. So if you aren't in the car on your morning commute to work and you want to see our lovely faces, you can head over to our Facebook if you would like.
Yes.
WMSC Radio.
Please watch Facebook in your car.
You'll see
That's a
us
great
yawning.
idea. Just
Yes.
stare at our beautiful
not-
faces instead of the road. It's
not
so
do
much
that.
better.
Do not do that. That's not a PSA.
Oh, unless if you want to.
If you want.
I
Still
if
pretty-
you want to, no, don't
still
do that at all.
fine if you don't do that.
WMSC does not recommend you watching our live stream if you're driving.
if you were operating a motor
if
motor
you're
vehicle.
operating a vehicle. Anyways, we like to do a little segment here called dating advice. And these stories are not our personal experiences. They are questions and situations from users on Reddit, which is a public site where people post things and ask for strangers' advice. And it is quite a lovely site. And by lovely, I mean insane. And also just dating advice is one of my favorite subreddits because it's so incredibly dumb. I say this every week. It's so stupid. I mean, you guys have seen a few stories from now. You also think it's stupid. It's just so silly.
Because you have to understand these Redditors. These are very how do I put this
Oh, do you
nicely?
put I was like, I don't
Um,
want to say what you're actually gonna say is different.
These are lost children.
The first one is a really like, it's really like real. I just have to let it speak for itself. Don't
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Get your cringe
Get ready to.
yeah,
cringe.
put your cringe hat on. Or I
I
don't
wonder
know,
what a cringe hat would look
your
like.
cringe blockers. I don't know. Cringe. I don't know. Something to protect you from the cringe is what I was going for, but I couldn't think of a. We'll workshop that one.
Okay.
Cringe cage.
The headline for this one is "Girl I went on date with got offended by my Instagram bio." Instagram bios are so short, guys. How can you offend somebody that quickly? We're gonna find out. I think this is already funny. So when I signed up for Instagram a while ago, there was a section for pronouns. I'm a bit of a joker with things like that.
Wow.
To a
It
bad start.
absolutely- That is the most dire sentence I have ever heard in my entire
Told you
life.
guys, it was offensive within the first 2 minutes before
Yeah.
we went to air. My Facebook pronouns, my name, my Facebook pronouns, it's
Pronounces.
pronounces what?
My Facebook pronounces. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna ignore that sentence because it's not FCC safe. The person's username is not FCC safe, but their pronouns in their bio are Archbishop / God Emperor. Just want to let you sit with that for a minute. Imagine you're scrolling and you see that, and how do you feel? I mean, come on. I ended up going on a date with some girl. I love how he talks about people already. She added me on IG later. IG's Instagram. And basically freaked out about my pronouns. I'm sorry, pronouns joke. She started going on some tirade about how I'm a bigot. I have nothing against trans people, but I think a lot of the neo pronouns are goofy, like Z, Zer, and Zay, whatever. We're gonna define bigotry real quickly because I originally thought it was only in relation to racism, and I looked up the definition to make sure and I was wrong. So bigotry is defined as obstinate or unreasonable attachment to a belief, opinion, or faction. So it can be related to anything, but I think mostly people use it for racism. So
I think it's generally any sort of prejudice.
It
Like
i- it
I
is.
don't think like I don't know. I think it's generally like I do think it's more like social issues like that. Like it's like
Right.
racism.
that's what people use
Homophobia,
it for, but it could be
transphobia,
used
but,
for
like,
anything.
I
terms
I
of,
don't
like-
know if you call someone a bigot like against like people who like Fruit Loops. I
No,
feel like that's a
It's
misuse of
anything.
the
I mean,
term.
any social issue, not just one social issue.
But even like others, okay. I guess I don't think I don't know, hyperfixation on the definition of bigotry is that necessary.
regardless, she called him a bigot, and he says, I have nothing against trans people. Oh wait, we already said that. Sorry, my bad. He says, I explained to her that it's a joke about me pretending to be better than I am by telling people to refer to me as a god emperor, and basically she blocked me. Is my sense of humor extreme or something? No, your sense of humor is just dumb. Like, it's not funny. I don't think this is funny at all, and
Yeah.
it's like you said before, it's just cringy. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you think you're cool? I don't know.
I'm a
It's lame. It's cringy.
like-
I don't.
I
I'm a
don't
god
subscribe to this.
emperor.
I'm a god emperor.
LOL. Just write he, him, they, them, she, her, and be on with your day. It's really not difficult, and it's not like it's
Yeah.
just dumb. Like,
There's also like there's a right and wrong way of addressing these things because it's not a requirement for people to put them in.
it is not,
But
and sometimes that's a
also-
safety issue, and then sometimes it's a whole
Yeah,
different issue.
But it's like it's like okay, if you want to do it, cool. But if you don't want to do it, there's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
people put them in. I don't
It's
know.
an option that Instagram gives to help support trans people feel more comfortable, and also for supporters to also put their pronouns in, because I think a lot of people wonder why like cis people put their pronouns in. It's more normal now than when it first started a couple of years ago, I'd say. But for those who don't know, the reason cis people do that is because to show support, because if trans people are the only people who have their pronouns in their bio, it makes them feel a little more isolated and kind of like weird about having to self-identify that gender. But if like everyone does it, it's a lot easier for them. It makes them feel comfortable, and it lets them know that you're on their side.
And I
right?
also kind of want to say that like pronouns like in the bio are honestly really just for me like a utility thing.
Yeah.
More than
Mhm.
anything else. Like it's just like because like some people don't like I don't know. I think for a while we've just kind of relied on like how people look and just making quick judgment calls
Yeah.
based on that. But I think having people define like, hi, this is who I am, this is how I like to be referred to is pretty important
Mhm.
with regards to respect. And I don't know, it's just important information if you want to like talk to
Talk
anyone.
to anyone or talk about them or refer to them. It's good to know that you're referring to them properly. And now for me, it's like kind of a habit. I've made it a habit of like looking for someone's pronouns before I speak about them. And I, because that's, I don't know, it's something we didn't really used to think about before or a couple of years ago. And I'm speaking from my own experience. I mean, it was something that we didn't really talk about until, I don't know, last few years.
Yeah.
It was something like we never would introduce ourselves that way. But now we do. And I really like it. But that's, I mean, it is not the point. But I mean, what do you guys think about her blocking him over this?
I don't.
Not in the wrong. Oh, that's wrong second.
Am I the wrong is a different
Fine.
segment.
It's kind of just not funny. It just like, ha ha, God emperor, look at me, I'm so much better. Just seems like an annoying fellow, and that's the
Fellow.
I mean, to go off what you said, Alex, I think people can do the sort of the same thing with if they switch their account to a business. They can put like whatever they want to be as a business, in that same sort of connection that he's talking about. They're like, oh yeah, my name is this, but I'm also a government agency or something like that. It's just
Yeah, there's a lot of people being very facetious about anything regarding to trans people because like it just has to be acknowledged. Transphobia is like such a big problem right now. There are people who are absolutely rabid with hatred towards trans people, and they will just absolutely just tear apart anything that has anything to do with that identity.
Mhm.
And so I think going around being like, oh yeah, I don't like hate trans people, I'm just like
Like he doesn't understand the severity of it.
yeah, like you don't
Right.
like get like, okay, like if you're gonna go around making fun of pronouns, like you're gonna signal yourself as like the
Someone-
joke in
yeah.
itself may not imply that severe of bigotry because like I don't know, even in this, like the joke in itself, it's stupid, but like I don't find it that offensive.
Yeah, by itself, it's just
But it's like when you signal yourself as I'm the type of person that makes that jokes, it like I don't know, it shows this insensitivity that within the current cultural context we're in is very it's pretty it's pretty concerning. Like it's
Yeah.
definitely like something like I don't know. I feel like blocking him's a lot, but like I
Mhm.
could definitely see like, okay, word, like I'm not
Gonna
going
Yeah.
to continue pursuing any sort of relationship with this person if he's gonna say stuff like that.
he if he thought it was funny, it's like one thing, but just the way he talks about it, it's more of like he doesn't see like why
Mhm.
she said something, I guess.
And also, it's like if you can, I mean, I'm assuming her line of thinking was something to the effective of like, if he's so careless about this like smaller thing and like he doesn't like our values already don't align as people, that it's just like that it's going to cause problems down the road. You probably don't see eye to eye on a lot of social issues, probably a lot of political issues. And if you disagree over something, this is like sort of like smaller scale, then like I wouldn't bother getting into a relationship with a person like that either. Like that's just honestly a waste of your time. Blocking, but like, ghosting, blocking, maybe I don't always agree with it, but some certain situations I do, as if it's a matter of safety. But I digress. It is actually the 21st of September, guys. First of all,
It's
September
crazy.
flew by. But since it's the 21st of September, we're gonna play a little song.
You're so excited. Like it's making me
I
excited.
love this song. This is September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. I've been waiting for this. Welcome back. You're listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. It is the 21st of September, which is why we played September by Earth, Fire, and Wind.
Earth, wind, and fire.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Big fan.
Wait, I'm sorry. I said it right before. Elements. They did include water, though. That's always going to bother me for some reason. But you're listening to The Morning Buzz, our weekday morning news show from 7 to 9 a.m. And it's almost over, guys. We got 20 minutes left with you.
Oh my goodness.
And by we, I mean myself, host Leslie Gallagher, hi, and Jake Goetz,
Hi.
and Cassia Faria,
Hi.
and Aiden Ivers,
Hello.
and Alex Braun,
What's up?
and our producer behind the scenes, Laura Zaccardi. Say hi. Hello. Hello. So yeah, we're gonna talk about Taylor Swift.
As you should.
We love it.
I love to. Do we have any Swifties fans in here besides me?
No.
Wow.
The silence.
I like
Ouch. Silence speaks, guys.
I'll listen to her when her songs come on, but I'm not like actively looking for her.
Band-aids don't fix bullet holes.
She has some great songs.
Wait, Leslie.
Hi.
October 21st, the new album comes out, right?
October 21st,
Oh, she's doing
midnight.
Alice coming out.
Exactly a month. away.
Midnight. Come and pick it up the midnight. Okay. So Taylor Swift's an insomniac. So she has an album out coming in October 21st called Midnights. It's called Midnights because she don't sleep. If you could listen to probably like 3 of her songs like at random, and it'll probably mention being up at like 2, 3, 4 a.m. like all the time. Like she's running out of times to mention.
It's true, I was there.
You were there. Do you remember it all too well?
Yeah, I remember the 21st night.
Sheesh. I think no, I could hear it in the headphones, so I think we're good. But Taylor Swift songwriting course is going to be offered in the University of Texas. It is the subject of a new literature course, and it's called the Taylor Swift Songbook with oh god, this is such clever writing. It will fill a blank space in the lineup at the University of Texas at Austin from this autumn. It means the pop megastar songs will be read alongside other UK and US literary giants such as Chaucer, Shakespeare, Coleridge, Keats, and other artists. Students will hope to know all too well by their studies who wrote this. I got to give them a hug. According to a description on the University of Texas Austin website, the course will be, quote, the songwriting of pop music icon Taylor Swift to introduce literary critical reading and research method-based skills for work in English literature and other humanitarian disciplines, end quote. I've always thought, I know there's no other Swifties in the room, but hopefully some of y'all listeners have at least listened to some of her songs.
Mhm.
Not even just like the hits, which are also obviously well crafted.
Yeah.
That's the reason they're
Yeah,
hits.
yeah.
She has so many. Honestly, I swear to God, every time I'm on TikTok, I hear a new sound that's using like a sped up version of like one of her songs.
Mm.
It just shows like if I had to count for every song that I've seen like that has trended or been a sound because of her writing, I would bother to make the list, but it would be like too long. So because you probably don't even realize it's like her songs because some of them aren't as popular,
Mhm.
So it's just interesting. She's a really great songwriter, and objectively, even if I wasn't a fan, I think you can still kind of recognize that because, like I said, so many things have gone really popular, and then even the stuff that isn't popular is still very, very good.
I think it's really interesting to see, Leslie, how much Taylor Swift has evolved over the course of her career.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm pretty sure she started out as a country singer, right?
She country.
Yeah, she started as a
She
country
grew up
singer.
in Pennsylvania, and she moved to Nashville at like, I want to say age 11 to pursue a country music career.
Yeah, and then shifted to the pop scene.
Yes.
And then what would you describe it right now? It's not pop,
So
right?
no, I mean, her last 2 albums, Folklore and Evermore, are leaning towards folk, but there is
Yeah.
a bit of pop there
It's kind of like
and a little bit of country in it, maybe 1 or 2 of her songs.
Mhm.
But they like her song, her single from Evermore was Willow,
Mhm.
and that's like folk pop, I guess.
Yeah.
More leaning towards pop.
Okay.
But it's like a mixture of those 2 genres.
Mhm.
And it's interesting that you bring up that she has had to change so much. And
Yeah.
most people don't see it that way. It's like, oh, she's just evolved a lot, but she constantly reinvented herself so that she could stay in the music industry. She didn't
Yeah.
necessarily do it because she wanted to. She did it because she felt like she had to stay relevant.
Mhm.
And then what I loved most about her last two albums is that she kind of stopped caring so much. She kind of just wrote
Yeah.
stories and had fun as a storyteller,
Mhm.
and just wrote in this new genre that she connected with, which is really cool. And she also produced those in the pandemic when she just was sad.
Yeah.
So
and I think it's safe to say people taking this course better study for their tests.
yeah.
Because it's gonna be trouble when they walk in when they don't study.
Yo,
And they have to
wait.
struggle
Yo,
with
that was clever. That's clever. It's gonna be a cruel summer if they have to do summer school.
There's gonna be some bad blood between them and the professor if they don't study.
Oh my god.
I have to think of I was trying to think of
Is there
they're gonna be in college until they're over 22 at that rate.
You
Hey.
guys are ruining the Buzz's reputation. Let's move on.
She's an album called Reputation. That was a little more subtle, Laura. It took me a minute. Laura, we almost didn't get that joke, and it almost made my face so red. Red's another album.
It's all right.
More and more subtle references. Anyways, we're gonna move on. Jake,
Oh, what's up?
can you do news?
Oh,
Can
we're
you
a new
can
show?
you please news?
This is a new show?
Yeah, it's the morning buzz.
Wow. That's
Did
wild.
you have your coffee this morning, Jake?
No, I didn't.
Unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
Did
Channel-
you dance in September this morning?
No.
What?
Channel 5 honors Queen Elizabeth's funeral with a somber screening of the Emoji Movie. It's
Wait,
often said that the best way to honor the memory of a loved one is not by dwelling in despair, but by living on as they would have wanted. It's harder to say whether Britain's Channel 5 considers the recently deceased Queen Elizabeth II as a close loved one. But if so, the broadcaster has found an especially unique means to carry on amidst a mass outpouring of emotion over the Queen's death. While every other British channel paused their regularly scheduled programming on Monday to screen Her Majesty's funeral, Channel 5 concocted their own tribute, a screening of the Emoji Movie. Yes, the Emoji Movie, a film Jordan Peele once said convinced him to quit acting sheerly based on an offer to star in it. This is a film where Patrick Stewart plays a I don't know why we include this sentence, we can't say it. Not gonna tell yeah. Channel 5 per Entertainment Weekly was the only major UK broadcaster not screening the service, save for a documentary on Her Majesty that Channel 4 aired in the funeral instead. After the Emoji Movie concluded, Channel 5 also showed children's favorite Ice Age. Favorites Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs and Sing.
What?
So I guess they just played a bunch of, probably because like they figured like, okay, all these guys are gonna be showing this funeral of because the Queen died, and like we'll just play like kids movies for the kids who are just vibing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just so funny how all of this is worded.
Mhm.
We're all stifling our laughter a little bit.
No, like it is like objectively funny.
It's
Like
hilarious. Like, why the
Um,
Emoji Movie? And also, like, I didn't see that movie, but I saw like the trailer.
My friend made me watch it. Not even worth as like a fun.
Yeah, it
watch.
doesn't
I
really
watched a
work
review
that.
of it, so I didn't have to watch it, and it was not great.
What I'm wondering is like, does the Queen not have like like a movie that like I don't know, like I feel like we wouldn't know about it in America, but like is she not featured in any like popular media that they could show down there?
She's in The Crown.
She's in Paddington.
Yeah, but
Yes.
kids don't want to watch The Crown. But Paddington, why didn't they play Paddington?
Literally.
That would have made so much sense. I know
Paddington
like
one and
people were
two.
using Paddington to like kind of even as a part of her memorial. Like
Mhm.
I think I don't know. That would have been
Yeah.
cool if they did that.
But maybe it's like, maybe it's an effort to maybe take their feelings away from the current situation for a little bit.
Yeah, just don't
Maybe
think about it.
that's why they put. I mean, Emoji Movie out all movies is kind of questionable.
That really is like a just numb
It-
all your neurons.
Yeah.
It's probably just to take them off because it's a long process. It's a long morning process. So it's probably just to take them out of focus for a little bit before it came back to
I
action.
wonder what Channel 5 usually airs because I like here like they don't like Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, Cartoon Network. They don't like stop their programming for like kids.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Well,
is that what they usually air?
No,
The Emoji Movie?
I doubt it.
if you remember, Cassandra, Nickelodeon actually did do that.
Oh,
back in
they
the day.
did?
Remember the Nickelodeon like for Earth Day?
Oh well, I meant like with like
Yeah.
I guess like current events.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, the National Go Out and
Oh.
Play Day or something. I remember that.
Worst day for a child.
Yeah. Now that's when I put on Cartoon Network. If Nick's not on, I'll put on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, you put on Cartoon Network or the Disney Channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just can't watch SpongeBob for the day, you know. The worst day for a child. This Nick Jr., Nick Teens,
Nick Music.
Nick Music. I
Music.
don't know about that.
Like music. They have music.
Yeah.
They're
Okay.
allowed to music.
Yeah, they play.
Nick
I
Coons. Just
think usually they play,
What's
music videos for smaller artists. I think I'm pretty sure.
what's that thing? Kids Bob.
Yeah.
I don't know why that just popped into my memory. But as the morning buzz is going to come to a close soon, we're gonna give you some really great kitchen advice. Because it's 9 a.m. Maybe you're making breakfast, and maybe you're making chicken for breakfast, and maybe you considered cooking your chicken in NyQuil, and we are here to
wanna go
tell
back to
you
sleep again.
to not do that if you want, because that's bad for your health. Because the FDA warns us about this dangerous social media challenge about cooking chicken in NyQuil. Who thought of that? Who?
I
want to know. What?
That had to be like a dare.
That is the dumbest. Okay, let's figure it out. Okay, according to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, adolescents and young adults continue to be susceptible to social media dares like these. The FDA stated in a warning, quote, "One social media trend relying on peer pressure is online video clips of people misusing non-prescription medications and encouraging viewers to do so too. These video challenges, which often target young youths," that's a little redundant, "youths can harm people and even cause death," end quote. One recent challenge posted on social media encouraged people to cook chicken in a mixture of a lot of words I cannot pronounce. The basic ingredients of NyQuil is all you need to know. And if it's words you can't pronounce, probably shouldn't be having it all the
You should
time.
not be doing that.
And some similar over-the-counter cough and cold products. The agency also pointed to a TikTok challenge daring people to hallucinate by taking large doses of over-the-counter, more words I cannot pronounce, called the Benadryl challenge. The FDA cited reports of teens ending up in hospital emergency rooms or dying after. CNN Health reports that they bring up questions of, quote, "Why are you so susceptible to these challenges?" They mention how the brain isn't fully developed until the mid-20s, and specifically it's 25, how kids don't consider that laundry detergent is poison, and social media influences these decisions. It is true that social media, we are scrolling all the time, and if you think about the times before phones, it's like the people you talk to are the people you physically saw in person, the people you live next to, worked with, went to school with. You have access to everybody who has a social media account now, and everyone also has the liberty to more or less post kind of whatever they want. And there's some restrictions, obviously, on social media sites, but someone could even see a quick video before Instagram decides to take it down. It could get viral before that point. That's happened many times. So it's a matter of being media literate in terms of being a viewer, but then also being someone, if you regularly post, not be spreading these things.
Yeah.
And oh my God, this is so dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why?
I just even know what to say, because I'm thinking of these past challenges, like
there's so many dangerous challenges.
Not that why are people doing this? Just
Hey, if it wasn't dangerous, it wouldn't be a challenge.
I saw.
I think, but there's a line to be, I guess, crossed in that sense. It's
Yeah.
like you can do challenges that can be fun and a little thrilling in terms of
In terms of
maybe a cool skateboarding
Yeah,
trick.
of
I
course,
don't know, but not when it comes to putting stuff in your body. That is could be irreversible. And not saying that skateboarding isn't dangerous, as someone who's literally broken her wrist doing so. It's dangerous, but
Yeah.
there's
a different type.
it's
I
a
guess.
different type of dangerous. Harm can happen either way, but
I can
there's a line.
yeah, I can imagine somebody on social media who comes up with this idea and he's like, if you're looking to go to bed thoroughly after having a meal, then I have a suggestion for you.
Ugh.
Do I have
to
I have to
have
say-
food and cook it in some NyQuil sleep aid,
Dude,
because you will get the benefits.
Stop it. That's
Like,
disgusting.
Dude,
I'm
looking at the
picturing it.
blue,
Now I'm
bl-
sad.
this blue chicken actually kind of looks cool.
What?
Well,
I'm not saying it's blue.
Jake,
They
don't you
cook it
dare
in
be promoting
Gatorade.
NyQuil
They
chicken.
cook it in Gatorade.
like, and then like this blue.
No,
syrup
right?
on
It's
it.
like there's better ways to make chicken
If
blue.
you want your
than
chicken blue,
NyQuil.
There's better ways to make your chicken blue.
Just-
Want your chicken to be blue on the first place?
I'm
Just get
good
food
without
dye.
it.
get
I
food
feel like
dye.
I would rather it not be blue. I'd rather it just be,
Mhm.
All right, let's
seasoned.
not to be hasty. Like a blue chicken, that's pretty.
Why would you want blue chicken?
Like
Because
it
like,
probably
just
tastes
a
better than
natural
normal
chicken.
Ow.
because it's blue.
I don't
Why'd
think
you
it's
just
gonna taste better. I just think it's gonna be blue.
Why'd
Not like
you
that.
want it to be
Because
blue?
okay, first off, the blue M&Ms are the best M&Ms.
That's kind of
Right?
true.
That's because they're blue.
Well, that's like saying like, why would you want like an M&M to be like blue, red, or green?
What about the
It's like any
Blue.
color.
the yellow
Because
M&M?
like I want color in my life, Leslie.
I do.
But like,
blue
why
M&Ms.
chicken? Ew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sorry,
I want that.
Jake just showed the picture, or whoever put that in the thingy. But that's,
they
it
look
looks
like-
green also. Like that doesn't even look.
Oh
blue to
no,
me.
that's not a good.
That's like when
picture.
you cook it, I think.
Yeah.
That's not.
Ugh.
That
Guys,
looks
it's
like
getting
yeah.
chills.
Sentence.
Those
Like
look
people
like-
actually did this.
Yeah. But it
you know.
depends on what food because like blue chips are actually pretty good. Like
That's
blue.
yeah, but
Like
they're
blue
supposed to
tortilla
be.
chips?
They're
Dude,
blue corn tortilla chips, is what you're meaning.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
different.
Oh, I thought
Those
you were
are
talking about the blue-
delicious, bro.
Those are delicious. This is bad. Also,
my
not
gosh.
good for your health.
No.
Again, if you can't pronounce something, probably don't put it in your body.
Wait, I don't
at
think that
large
rule
amounts.
is universally applicable because I feel like a lot of like food ingredients is stuff that you probably can't pronounce.
I mean, but like in a large
Medical
quantity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also just a waste of money. That's a lot of NyQuil.
Yeah, right.
Particularly here on the morning buzz.
We're thinking about your bank account.
Your return on investment.
account.
yeah.
For you. More ways than one.
Wow. we're coming to a close here on the morning buzz this morning. Like NyQuil
Oh
costs
my God.
$18.
How much is that? Like
$18 for how many ounces?
Oh,
Small amount.
God.
What?
It's $10.29 for
$10.29 at CVS
Oh, that's Dayquil.
for
That's baked.
Dayquil.
I don't think we should be telling people the prices because
It's not.
that about
Don't
where'd
cook
you
with
go
it.
get NyQuil.
use
NyQuil is medicine.
use the medicine for its intended purposes.
Mhm.
Not cooking with your chicken. And if you're gonna make breakfast this morning,
Just use
use your
maple
eggs and
syrup.
cheese and your whatever else you've got, your I don't know, whatever else you eat in the morning. I don't know what you eat in the morning. Yogurt.
Yeah.
Just use your normal ingredients.
Blue yogurt.
It's blue.
No blue yogurt unless it's a
I
blueberry.
mean blueberry, yeah.
No
that's
NyQuil
okay.
flavored yogurt, please.
No.
I mean, if it's just a flavor,
No.
Does NyQuil even
No.
like don't actually put NyQuil in your yogurt. But if you could use safe ingredients.
Among all of these
achieve-
jokes, anyone listening, we are joking. Please do
Oh, yeah,
not
no.
use
I'm
NyQuil
just
in your
saying,
food.
I don't put NyQuil in it. But if you want to make it taste like NyQuil,
If you
I
love the
support
Jake-
your creative insight.
I do not support your creative. Do not do that here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. This is the end of our morning news show, The Morning Buzz, our weekday show. If you'd like to hear more news, you can tune in every weekday, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 a.m. But for now, we will leave you with some songs, some music, some tunes. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
Adios.
Bye.
Hey, you're listening to 90.3 FM.